Well, a video for anybody that's got to work on a 430 John Deere loader cylinder. Yeah, left tilt cylinder kind of scooched itself. That is not supposed to be that shape. That's off the piston. That's what does all the work. The new part, sorry, it's still in the bag. See, it's square with a little ridge in the middle, and an O-ring keeps it pushed out. And while we're doing that, the O-rings here were probably good enough to reuse again, and that's all the better that'll clean up. Retired parts guy at John Deere said this is the better cylinder design. The updated design is not so good. This one uses the wire keeper. There's a slot just the size of that hump there in the barrel. You shove the gland in, you find that hole, put it in, and opposite here it's not quite half inch, there's just a blind hole. Find something that'll fit in it so you can rotate it around, and it'll pull that right back in. Getting it out, you only have about that much showing. A small stout screwdriver, and you can get underneath it to pop it up, and then once you got it started out, it rolls out the same way it goes together. But yeah, the mating surface in the end of the cylinder here looks like that too. I don't know. Easy way to fix that if they put the cylinders on different. Because unfortunately on the cylinder, the way it is, it's pointed up. If it was pointed down, you wouldn't have water running into there. But we'll solve that problem for a while, and that's the best I could clean that up without getting really serious. O-rings and seals and stuff, I always like to use that. Some people say, oh my God, don't do that, put a little oil on them, or put grease on it, or whatever. Well, depending on what you're working on, grease can contaminate the system you're in. The wrong oil can screw things up if it gets in. That's inert. It don't matter. Nothing cares if it's there. And it's thick enough that when you go together, if there's any edges, I can usually not have any issues knocking stuff off. And you can see little fine lines here, maybe. I can barely feel those with my fingernail, and I don't know if that's going to be worth knocking those out or not. The barrel looks like that, but you can't feel it. You just see it's got some wear to it. So anyway, I'm going to throw all this stuff together and put it in, and hopefully try to show part of it anyway. Oh yeah, the other thing, this one's great for taking them out. It's still got sharp edges, you know. I don't care coming out, usually. Going in, I do care. This one, the ends have been broke off of, so you don't have the sharp edge. It's not perfect, you just got to be careful. But those work great for O-rings. And even, say, this piece that's all wore out. The customer complaint on this was, actually his first complaint was the joystick main pivot pin was screwed up. And second complaint, he said it wasn't too bad until I went and picked it up. It would settle. He needs this to put hay in, and we were planning on baling this hay today, but yeah, it's getting raked again. Literally about the same speed you could lift the loader up, the tilt would go down about the same frickin' speed. And at first I thought it might have been something with the joystick, but no, that wasn't the case. I was hoping, because, you know, one thing would fix everything. And then holding the valve to curl and to dump, letting it go full stroke, it was bypassing. So it's like, well, the pressure's there, so it shouldn't be a cylinder. Well, I'm glad I tested the cylinders. They're easy to test. Unhook them, isolate it, put a plug in, and see if you can pull the rod out. The right cylinder, I couldn't budget. The left cylinder, yeah, it wasn't too hard. About probably 10 pounds of pressure on it, maybe 15, and it pulled right out. So, fixing one. At a later date, if something happens, and obviously, hopefully there'll be time to do it, we'll actually get the whole kits for them and completely do it. And the only thing in the kit that I didn't really get, there's seals inside here, and there may or may not be an O-ring inside this. I've had cylinders apart that simply depend on the fact that everything's machined and tight, and I've had them apart where there's 1 or 2 O-rings between here and the shaft. I've also had them where there's an O-ring on the face of the piston against the ledge on the shaft. But, the seals aren't leaking. I'm not going to worry about that. Just do it, be done. Save him a buttload of money at the moment. Parts were $44. The only reason they're that much is because 19 something was shipping. I didn't want to wait a week. Like I said, I like the Vaseline, and all that where that rust is will help. All the rust there is well covered in Vaseline, so I won't scuff anything up. Reached up there about as far as my finger goes, so that'll be lubed on the way in. And there's that hole the wire goes in. And I lied, I was thinking that slot was on top. It's not, it's on the side right there. Still, water runs down it when it's down and goes right in it. Gonna line that hole up with that slot, I hope, and then stick the wire in. And I only have 2 hands, so we're gonna see how this goes. Looks like I might have to let you go. Okay, piston's in. It wasn't too bad. I just had to give it a little wiggle and it slipped right in like it should. My hole is pretty much lined up with where I think it needs to be in the slot. So now I got 2 O-rings to overcome going in there. One of them's right at the opening, and for this part, I can't wiggle it. You can't wiggle the gland, it's got to go straight in. So I may or may not take a plastic hammer and tap it if it doesn't push in. I mean, I can try to twist it a little bit. I still got to keep my orientation because I don't want to be searching for that little hole. So I'll bring you back. Told you I'd bring you back. It didn't take much. I just twisted it maybe, I don't know, not even a quarter of a turn while I was pushing with both hands. So it is in there. Now I just need to get my block out of the way a little. That block just happens to have a groove in it. So it works pretty good there, and it fits down between those links so it can't go anywhere. And now we'll see if my hole is lined up. Hey, there it is. But once again, I'm going to need 2 hands. I'm going to stick my broken off punch in that hole and hopefully spin it around till the other end goes in. Okay, trial and error. I thought there was only 1 hole in there, and that's all I found. But I went with the wire going this way first, which clocks this about right there. Oh, duh, it goes the other way. So here's the end of the wire. I take a little punch and knock it down into the groove. Once I figured that out, got it lined up again and went the other way, it is in the appropriate place. So once I do that, all I got left to do is take the cap off of there, put it back in there once it's down. Same with the top one. I cheated when I took these apart. These are a flat face O-ring fitting. They're not a JIC. Just so anybody knows, that's John Deere's deal. That's loose there. So I don't have to take that off. All I can do is screw that in, tighten up, then tighten that one up. So that's the next step. And I don't need my, that was only in finger tight. There we go. I don't need my plug in here anymore. So bring her back and make sure it works. Just because I happen to have one of these fittings, that's what it is. If my camera would focus, you got regular standard O-ring fitting on this side, O-rings against the base, and then this side the O-rings on the surface. So the other piece inside there is flat and just goes against this, and then that holds it tight. And I've seen those where they've leaked. That's because the fitting's loose. So anyway, it's staying put, and I just hung on it and didn't move it. Before that would have already been tipped all the way down on its own. So there's your do it yourself or how to do it on it. I didn't lose a lot of oil, but a little bit. And the owner tells me there's a sight gauge back here somewhere, down by the PTO, I guess. And he said the plug was easy to find. Yeah, looks like I'll have to look for it. Oh, there it is. I'll bet you it's this one right here. That's a hell of a place to have to try to pour into. But that's okay. We'll get her topped off. While it's here, grease the loader, because, well, the owner, he's had a stroke and a heart attack, and he still gets most everything done on his own, but he's been having a hell of a time greasing it. Can't work his grease gun good anymore, and he can't see to do it very well, so replaced that one, dug out underneath it, it was full of crap. Pulled the same one on the other side out, dug out underneath it, put it back in, it's fine. But John Deere and their smartness, yeah, let's weld that pin in so you can't do anything with it if it is screwed up. Oh well, that's Mother Deere for you. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope this helped somebody out. Sorry I couldn't show more, but you got the gist of it and how it is in there. What I found out is these are the earlier cylinders. They come apart here. The later ones, the fitting is up here. And I don't know if it's a snap ring gland or if it's a screw-on gland. It's probably a snap ring. So, but the parts man, that, you know, he's been at it for, he's retired now. Give you an idea. One of the best parts mans we had around in this part of the country. He said these are actually the better cylinder. So, just a little FYI.